Might be better. All right, good evening. This evening we will be reading short selections from Swami Abhedananda's chapter on the world as the result of vibrations, and then we will lead that into our crystal bowl sound meditation. So first we'll have Atma read a few passages, and I may make some comments as we go along.
The world as the result of vibrations, by Swami Abhedananda. He's referring to, this is part of a book, so he starts out, we have seen in the last chapter the beautiful illustration of the fig tree, which represents the phenomenal world. The root of that tree is upwards, and the branches are downwards. The root is in the Brahman, the infinite being, and the branches cover all the objects which we perceive with our senses. The sun, moon, stars, and everything are the animate and inanimate objects.
So that, of course, is a very clear picture that Brahman is the ground of existence, you could say. And this phenomenal world is a manifestation of it. So it's the energy of Brahman that manifests as this perceived universe, the universe that's perceived by our senses. All right.
Now, in order to understand the cause that produces this tree of the world, we must know, first of all, the power or force which causes this evolution of the tree. And for this reason, the teacher here describes in the second verse, quote, all the animate and inanimate objects of this universe are nothing but the results of the vibration of the prana. This vibration of the prana is at the root of this tree and is also the cause of all phenomenal events which happen in this universe. The word prana is the Sanskrit term which means the cosmic life principle. It is the universal life principle. It is that which makes us living beings and which produces motion or vibration. If we examine carefully this whole world, we will find that it is the result of motion or vibration. If there were no motion or vibration, this world would not exist. Whatever we see, hear, or perceive with our senses is the result of vibration or of some kind of motion. And all these motions or vibrations, whether chemical, physical, or mechanical, are caused by the prana. Of course, ordinary minds do not realize the nature of this universal vibration. We do not stop for a moment to think how these phenomena have taken place. Modern science has proved that everything is but the product of some kind of motion or vibration. The atoms and the molecules are constantly attracted towards one another and repelled. And these attraction and repulsion of atoms and molecules produced this phenomenal universe. And the cause of that motion or attraction and repulsion is the prana.
Yes, in fact, of course, in modern science, well, even earlier than that, they figured that there was an absolute zero that you couldn't reach. There was a lowest possible temperature which you couldn't reach, because temperature is an indication of the motion of the molecules, and it's impossible to have the motion of the molecules cease. And this is simply because this is the realm of Maya. you see, and we're not allowed to perceive it exactly as it is. And if everything were to cease, then we'd know exactly where things were and what they were doing. They're not doing anything, and we could pin them down, and that would violate Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. And it would violate the nature of Maya. Maya's nature is that we're not allowed to know exactly what things are doing. It's deliberately fuzzy. Also, we know from science that everything is a vibrational energy. You know, early on, they realized that there was a dilemma in describing light. And you could do some experiments where it showed that it was a wave, and you could do other experiments that showed it was a particle. And so this was a big dilemma. Then one clever person, Louis de Broglie, decided, well, if light's that way, maybe other things are that way too. And he discovered that there was a wavelength to even particles of matter, like electrons. Electrons, which had, up to that point had been thought of as tiny particles, turned out not to be tiny particles, but they were also wave-like. And everything would have a wave-like nature, except that the wave frequency would be so incredibly small that you couldn't possibly detect it. But even electrons was extremely difficult. But this tells us that everything in the universe really is some kind of a vibrational energy. Every atom in your body is made up of electrons and protons, and all of those electrons and protons have a vibratory nature. And so this is why things like sound can be very healing to you. And of course, they can also be noise in the general environment can be rather disruptive too. If you have to listen to jackhammers all day or something of that nature, it can be very wearing on your soul. So this is why sound has these kinds of properties. All right, let's continue.
Again, what is sound? 11,000 vibrations in a second will produce sound, and so with everything. If you examine properly, you will find that we are living in the ocean of ether, which is constantly vibrating and moving in some form or other. Then again, what are our internal conditions? They are the results of vibrations too. Can also be asked, what is thought? What is intellect? And what is sensation and perception? In fact, they are nothing but vibrations. Thought is the result of the greatest vibration of the finer particles of matter. Such are the cases of sensations and perceptions, and they are all nothing but vibrations. Because if we analyze our perceptions, we will see that the rays of light, which are constantly vibrating in a certain degree on coming in touch with the retina, produce an inverted image, just as you will find in a camera. The eyeballs are like lenses. The retina is like the plate, where the inverted image is produced. That image produces a certain kind of vibration in the optic nerves, which is carried by those nerves into the brain cells, and there it produces some other kind of vibration in the molecules of those cells in the brain. And that vibration is interpreted or translated by the sentient intelligent soul. Then it becomes a sensation. In this way, we will be able to understand how the whole world is made up of vibrations, both internal and external. We cannot go beyond this vibration.
Yes, and of course, when your sense organs come in contact with a form of energy, then the vibrational level of the sense organs are modified by that energy, and that's what you perceive as a sensation. So the whole world of sensation really is a world of picking up vibrations, and energy going from one place to another is simply, again, the idea of vibrational energy traveling from one place to another. All right, let's continue.
So a certain set of vibrations lead to another set of vibrations, and in this way the world is moving. The first expression of this phenomenal universe, namely first manifestation, begins with the vibration of that one cosmic energy. The cosmic energy exists from the beginningless past and will continue to exist forever. And that is the foot of all forms. The suns, moons, and stars are coming into existence from this energy. And in the end, they will all go back to the same eternal stock. This earth has come into existence from the mass of nebulous matter, which is a gaseous and vapory substance. And in the end, it will go back to that vapory and an ethereal substance.
And if you see the creation myths often start with some sort of vibrational metaphor, either sound, it's the word in the beginning was the word, or in some cultures there was a cry or a sigh or a song. In others, it's something falling into a still ocean, creating waves into the still ocean, or it's light coming into being, and light, of course, again, is vibration. So all of these creation myths talk about something vibrating in the beginning, okay?
There is one infinite mass of substance extended, and when it is worked upon by the force of the prana, the atoms begin to vibrate. And when they vibrate, they attract each other and produce molecules, and those molecules again attract other molecules, and thus the elements of nature are produced. As we know that there is no such thing as dead matter in this universe, as the whole world, as modern science has explained, is a living world. Atoms and molecules are living because they have motion. Wherever there is motion of any kind, there is the manifestation of life. And therefore the whole world is living. If the world is living, then there must be intelligence in the world. For otherwise, it cannot live, because life would not be the same thing as molecular attraction, which exists in the inanimate objects.
Yes, and of course, for people in Vedanta, it's not difficult to understand because we think of everything as being pervaded by consciousness. Another way to think of it is that it's all pervaded by this energy or this prana. And I think Amma once told me, didn't you, that Ashokananda, Swami Ashokananda, the head of the San Francisco Center for many, many years, one time in one of his lectures, he suddenly turned in a moment of inspiration and said, "It's alive, the whole universe is alive." So he was quite an orator. It was either you or Dobson that told me that. All right, we just have two more short paragraphs. We'll finish this up and then begin the crystal ball meditation.
So this prana, although it is not explained by science at present, will be explained in times to come, perhaps. But it is already explained in Vedanta as the ultimate mother of all force. The external world forms only one half of the universe. It is the objective world which we perceive with our senses. The other half is the subjective, that which forms a part of our mind, and which includes all sensations, perceptions, thoughts, ideas, emotions, percepts, concepts, willpower, intellect, and other functions of our inner nature is subjective, and that cannot be explained by the objects of perception or external objects.
All right, so now that we have a reminder that everything is vibration, including all of us, let us get ready for the sound meditation. So we can just dim the lights. We don't need to turn them all the way off, but let's dim them. Maybe this one could be dimmed just a little too. And let's begin by getting in a nice straight posture with your spine nice and straight, and try to relax your limbs. And we'll take 3 deep breaths, and we can chant Om together as we hear the highest frequency bowl. We should begin with the bowl. Are you ready? Oh, very good. All right. Continue taking nice, deep, slow breaths. And you can mentally repeat Om as we listen to the crystal bowl, representing the highest frequency, beautiful white golden light pouring in through the crown chakra. Resonates with the Om. It resonates with the crystal bowl and with the beautiful golden white light streaming down into your head. Feel that vibration of the white crystal light is bringing all of your sense organs into alignment with your highest aspirations. What you perceive with your eyes, you see as spiritual. What you hear with your ears, you perceive as spiritual. What you feel with your skin, you feel as spiritual. What you taste and smell, you feel as spiritual. And now feel the light streaming down into your neck and shoulders, and feel that it's relaxing those areas, relieving all the tension that might have built up during the day. Still thinking of the Om sound as you breathe in and out. And that light light energy is purifying your vocal cords, purifying your throat center. And as we move on down, we hear a slightly lower tone. And that's filling our being with this pure vibration. Feel that the light is filling your limbs, your arms, your fingers, your hands. These major organs of action are being aligned with your spiritual purpose. Now we move to a slightly lower frequency, another purifying frequency. And that light is filling your upper torso. As you breathe in and out, feel that that light is purifying your lungs. Your breath is purified. The air you breathe is purified. Sound vibration and your visualization of light is pulling everything into a spiritual alignment. And as we move down now to a slightly lower pitch, we'll feel that that light is resonating in our heart center. Our heart is being purified. The Om vibration is purifying your heart center. with that white light. Slightly lower pitch as we bring the white light down into the digestive organs, the stomach and small intestines. Reinforcing the idea that Brahman is in the food, and you incorporate that food. It's sunlight. Sunlight transformed into food, that beautiful radiant white light in complete alignment with Om. Your digestive system is in perfect alignment, giving you optimum nutrition and support for your spiritual well-being. Down to the next pitch, that frequency will be purifying and bringing that white light down into the large intestines and the bladder, the reproductive organs. They're all being purified with beautiful white light. Aligning our whole being with Om. And as we move on down to the lowest pitch, we focus on the base of the spine, the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. And as we focus on this chakra, picture a beautiful red energy now coming up through your feet and filling your root chakra area, the base of the spine. And now let's silently think of the Bija mantra Lom. Lom. So the vibration of Lom and the red vibrational energy and the sound of the crystal bowl are all vibrating at the root chakra. picture this red light as forming a beautiful four-petaled red lotus, and you're offering it to Mother Earth and thanking her for her support. We're all supported by Mother Earth. The light, firmly established in the root chakra, is now going to move up to a slightly higher frequency of vibration, represented by a higher pitch and an orange color. And the seed mantra VAM, V-A-M, VAM. You're silently repeating VAM as you're picturing orange light in the second chakra, the sacral chakra, the Swadhisthana chakra. Between the base of the spine and the navel. Feel that this is cleansing all of your emotions and freeing up your creativity. Clearing away all guilt, allowing positive emotions to flow. Now firmly rooted in Mother Earth, we have positive emotions. We're moving on up to the solar plexus. And appropriately, there's a beautiful yellow light associated with the solar plexus, yellow like the sun, the Manipura. Now think of the Bija mantra Ram as you breathe in and breathe out. So the steadiness of your breath, the internal sound of Ram, the beautiful yellow light, and the pure tone of the crystal bowl, all vibrating in resonance in the solar plexus. Giving you great self-confidence, giving you energy. Spiritual practice takes energy. Karma yoga takes energy. So with these first three chakras, we feel totally supported by Mother Earth. We have positive emotions and great energy and self-confidence. These are the three chakras that allow us to operate properly in this realm of Maya. And now we're going to move on up. We're moving on up to the heart chakra, the Anahata chakra, the junction between the three lower chakras where we operate in the realm of Maya, and the three upper chakras which give us spiritual insight. And the connection is this loving heart center. As you breathe in and out, now think of the Bija mantra of Yum. And picture a beautiful green color. Oh, the vibration of the green, the crystal bowl, and the sound of Yum all vibrate in harmony with each other, creating a purified heart center where your love expands. You feel that you are totally loved. You love yourself. You love all beings. That love radiates out. You are one with all, so that love has to start with you and then expand out. Feel waves of love riding out on that sound and the green light, touching all the troubled spots in the world and giving it some love and hope. light is now moving on up to the throat center and turning into a beautiful blue. This is the Vishuddha chakra. The seed mantra is hum. Purifies all your words, all your conversations, all your expressions. Your meaning comes out clear. Your communications are supportive, loving, and spiritual. Also each unique, and this allows for pure self-expression. Let's move our concentration to the third eye, between the two eyes, in the middle of the forehead, the Ajna chakra. Think of the sound kshum, kshum, and a deep indigo blue. The sound of the bowl and the indigo color is purifying your intuition, your inner wisdom, your spiritual insight. In this chakra, the manifest universe dissolves into just the personal God. There's just you and the personal representation of God. we filled our whole being with white light, and white light is made up of a whole spectrum of colors. And so now we're ready to come back to the crown chakra. Where the highest part of the visible spectrum is violet, and the sound again is Om. Often represented by 1,000-petaled lotus. The crown chakra is where the soul is connected to the whole universe. The miracle of sound is that through the harmonics of each tone, all tones are represented in each tone. And so we will hear all sorts of different tones representing the full spectrum of tones and the full spectrum of the interplay between tones. Now that our whole being is aligned, full of light, once again. And just give you a moment to gently open your eyes and affirm that you'll carry this beautiful vibrational energy with you throughout the whole week. Just feel that you're going to continue to resonate with spiritual vibrations. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all beings.